Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Genesis chapter 4 verses 3 till about 12 or 13. It says this: Time passed. Cain brought an offering to God from the produce of his farm. Abel also brought an offering, but from the firstborn animals of his herd, choice cuts of meat. God liked Abel and his offering, but Cain and his offering didn't get his approval. Cain lost his temper and went into a sulk. God spoke to Cain. Why the tantrum? Why the sulking? If you do well, won't you be accepted? And if you don't do well, sin is lying in wait for you, ready to pounce. It's out to get you. You've got to master it. Cain had words with his brother. They were out in the field. Cain came at Abel, his brother, and killed him. God said to Cain, "Where is Abel, your brother?" He said, "How should I know? Am I his babysitter?" God said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is calling to me from the ground. From now on, you'll get nothing but curses from this ground. You'll be driven from this ground that has opened its arms to receive the blood of your murdered brother. You'll farm this ground, but it will no longer give you its best. You'll be a homeless wanderer on earth." And then if you keep reading, Cain kind of freaks out because he realizes that the blessing of God isn't with him anymore. And he, I think, realizes as his anger subsided what truly he had done. The level of audacity that he took, that he let his temper, he let his character drive him to do something so dumb, honestly. Had Cain made a different choice, had Cain come up to God and give him his offering, God rejected it. And even though angry, he would say, "God, why? I don't get it. I'm giving you my offering. I'm giving you my harvest like you request of it. Why did you accept Abel's, but you didn't accept mine?" If Cain had said something like that and God said, "Well, there's still dirt in yours," or some of that harvest is going rotten, it's not the best that you can give me. And Cain said, "I didn't realize that. I'm going to try better next time," and went on through his day and let his anger subside and kind of learn from the lesson. Things would have turned out a lot differently. And a lot of the things, the troubles, the problems that human beings started to face after Cain did that, they would not have faced. But Cain chose to let his character kind of lead him and let his emotions lead him. From that passage, I can tell that this was not the first time that Cain had let his anger and his temper kind of be the showstopper, right? But God was trying to tell him, "Hey, why are you doing this?" God could have wiped him away from the earth completely without even giving him an explanation. And still God wanted, even though he already knew, wanted to know, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you sulking? Why are you letting your temper take control of your actions right now? What's going on?" God kind of gave him that opportunity to open up, to kind of tell him, "Hey, this is what's going on. I don't understand." But Cain was so blindsided by his anger, by his temper at that moment, by the fact that he didn't think that that was right, he didn't think that that was fair, that instead of listening to God's advice, he ignored it altogether. And he started to want to take matters into his own hands, right? Like we do sometimes. Sometimes we do some dumb things. Sometimes it is our fault. And it's not fair, but it is our fault. And we, instead of taking advice or walking away from the situation and kind of breathing through it, or, trying to look at it through a different perspective or talk to somebody about it, no, we take matters into our own hands, and it never works out, right? Because we don't know the both sides of the story, and we cannot. If you're sad, if you're angry, if you're, jealous, whatever that emotion is for you, you're blindsided. You cannot think clearly. And so when we make decisions and we try to take matters into our own hands, when we're blind to it, when our emotions are taking control of our brain power and the reality of the situation, we are going to make some dumb decisions. And Cain did that and changed the trajectory of the human race. He let his temper take control of him. And it's not bad to be angry. I grew up in a church hearing that if you had any negative emotions, then it was from the devil. You weren't supposed to be feeling that way. And so any anger, any sadness, anything, we would pray and pray and pray until it would get away from us, because we saw that as very negative and in like the devil was putting it on us. And it's not, it's fine for you to feel that emotion, but emotions are just a signal to what's going on inside of you. If you're angry, then you think something is unfair. Your emotions are just trying to show you that there's something wrong and you have to deal with. But when you lead with that, when you let your emotions control you and control the situation, control your actions or how you respond to that situation, then things can go very bad very quickly. I want to read to you Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, really quickly, that says this: "Go ahead and be angry. You do well to be angry. But don't use your anger as fuel for revenge. And don't stay angry. Don't go to bed angry. Don't give the devil that kind of foothold in your life." So what Paul is saying here in Ephesians chapter 4 is, it's fine. If you get angry, it's fine. Let yourself feel that anger. Let yourself feel that sadness. Let yourself feel that emotion that you're feeling. But don't let it control you. Don't let it last for a long time, because the more we let anger or sadness or whatever it is that we're feeling kind of sulk inside of us and breathe inside of us, that anger will start to become bitterness, and that bitterness will want revenge, and it just escalates. And the more that anger or that emotion escalates inside of us, the more blindsided we are to reality. So what Paul is saying is that it's okay to be angry, but don't let it last, right? Don't let the devil have that foothold in your life, because he's going to see that you're feeling that anger or that sadness or that confusion or whatever it is. And he's going to say, okay, now I have a door to go in, because now we're opening a door for the devil, and then he can come into our lives and put things in our minds that weren't there before. He can put things in our minds to get the revenge. Oh yeah, it really wasn't fair. And we start all of these things, and before we know it, it starts controlling our mind. And it's really hard to get rid of it. It really, really is. But of course, with prayer, and the more we seek God, he can free us from all of that, from all that the devil has already maybe put into your life. Maybe there's something that happened into your life that wasn't fair, that somebody did that to you and it wasn't fair, or you don't understand why it happened. Right? Or maybe it was your fault and you're just feeling those emotions and letting yourself sulk, and it has passed 1 or 2 or 3 days or months even, or years even, and you still have that bitterness against that person, and it just kind of seems to grow. You can't stand to hear their name. Bring it before God before it's too late, before the devil can take control of that emotion and you do something dumb like Cain did to Abel, and killing his own brother. And then kind of stepping back and realizing, oh man, what I did was really dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Because generations suffered because of Cain's 1-second decision. Because of that little emotion that he could have breathed it out and kind of done the right thing after, it changed a whole lot of people's lives. It changed his parents' life. It changed his brother's life. It changed his generations to come's life. And it changed the other people that touched him and killed him. It changed their lives and put a curse over their head. Our emotions and our actions, as we react to our emotions, have a repercussion against other people that goes beyond anything we can ever imagine. So make sure that you don't let your emotions control you and control your decisions, but you take control of it and bring it beyond God so that He can help you, so that He can free you from it. Take a breather, walk away, and take control of your life. May God bless you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.